It's nearly 10 o'clock in the morning here in Canada, where today's practice session marks the start of this weekend's Canadian Grand Prix. It's always enjoyable coming to Montreal as it produces an exciting weekend's racing. High speeds and tough corners means there's always a chance of a driver losing their front wing, going off into an escape road, or even heading into the gravel.
Well, the Wall of Champions always seems to catch one or two drivers out because of how close they get to it as they arrive at such high speed. We can probably expect to see someone end up there over the course of the weekend.
A few of the drivers have mentioned how important it will be to look after their rear tyres here. I know the Sauber and Toro Rosso guys are particularly worried about how they're going to manage that, as it's perhaps one of the areas they're still trying to get on top of.
Lots of low-speed exits means the rears are in for a lot of punishment. It's all too easy to spin them up coming out of a corner too aggressively. It might look great for us as spectators, as we love to see a car driven beyond its limits, but it's not going to result in a great long-run pace.
Hello and welcome back to my F1 2014 career mode season, driving as Daniil Kvyat in his Toro Rosso. If you haven't watched the last race in Monaco, I suggest go and watch it now. Pause this video and go watch it. I'll give you a couple of seconds. Okay, that's about enough time, so I'm going to spoil it now. Last time out in Monaco, we had an absolute fantastic race, getting the podium with our third place. All down to our qualifying position and good defending. So this track, it's completely different to Monaco. It's all about high speeds and high braking points, where Monaco is all about slow speeds and corners. And this is one of my favourite tracks on the F1 we can do here. Nothing happened in practice as per usual, just getting used to the track. So without any further ado, let's go have a look at the practice results.
It's been a good day's work for the Mercedes team as their drivers take P1 and P2 in today's practice session.
There we have it. Nico Rosberg gets the fastest lap time in practice with a 1:15.9, dipping down into the 1:15s where only Lewis Hamilton was 2 tenths off the pace of him. We're down in 16th, 1.4 seconds off the pace of Nico Rosberg, hoping to decrease that gap to him and maybe get into the top 3 again. John Vernon down in 14. Without any further ado, let's go to the one-shot qualifying session. Here we go.
Hello and welcome from the circuit Gilles Villeneuve, home to the Canadian Grand Prix for today's qualifying session. The Canadian Grand Prix has been dominated over the years by Ferrari, McLaren and Williams. They have over 30 wins between them, so I expect a good showing from all of those teams here again today.
That's true, but Mercedes have such a strong package this year, it would surely be a mistake to rule them out of a chance of winning. However, Montreal is a very different type of circuit though, where you have to run the lowest downforce settings of the season so far. It's also extremely hard on brakes, so it's all to play for in today's session.
So here we go, one-shot qualifying at the Canadian Grand Prix, aiming for around 3rd, 4th. I don't know what our actual objective is, but I think we can get around 3rd, 4th on this track. Obviously going to go with the option tyres. Like I said before in another episode, there's no need to go for any other tyres because you're just going to lose so much time. So here we go, let's have a look at the lap here. So coming across the line now, going down towards the first corner, we're down into P1 into the first corner. Lock up both fronts, I believe that was, as we drop down into P3, but back up into P1, so not bad through the first couple of corners. Down into P3 again, where the Mercedes and the Williams get away. Go into turn, I believe this is 4, then 5. A lot of tricky chicanes in this track as we're coming up to another one now. A left and a right, where you remember in 2011, I believe it was, Sebastian Vettel went wide and Jenson Button took the lead to win that race on the last lap. But we're down in P5 at the moment. Now down to P7, putting it through the revs. Then right, then left. Coming towards the hairpin before the long back straight. Still in P3 at the moment. We go towards the hairpin now, under braking, not too bad. Can we get down the throttle? No, we can't. We lose the back end. That's going to lose us a couple of positions. We lose it again, as we're down to 8th, 9th now, as we will open the DRS. There we go. Putting it through the revs at the moment, just trying to get as much speed as possible. Now, can we make up a lot of positions through this chicane? We're going to be late on the brakes. Everything to go for now. Late on the brakes. We get both of the corners correct. No corner cut in there. Taking as much curb as possible. Being brave. And we come across the line for P4 just.
What a session it's been for Mercedes today. They've locked the front row of the grid for tomorrow's race.
They've really worked hard this weekend, and it seems they've been able to set up the cars perfectly today. Whether this will translate into race pace tomorrow, well, we'll just have to wait and see.
So there we have it. Lewis Hamilton qualifies on pole position with Nico Rosberg second. Those two switching places after what happened in practice. And Valtteri Bottas beats us by 19 thousandths of a second. What a gap that was. So we're in P4 and let's go straight to the race and hopefully have an absolute cracker like we did in Monaco. Here we go.
It's Sunday afternoon here in Montreal and we're about to find out who's best prepared to take on this 4.3 kilometre track and, of course, the infamous Wall of Champions. On pole today is Lewis Hamilton. The Mercedes was dominant during qualifying, and with the power unit advantage, well, you just can't see anybody challenging for that race win today.
It really was a great performance from him yesterday, and I think he'll be feeling very confident that he can push on and win today's race. Unless he has car trouble or a bit of bad luck, he should be untouchable.
In 1999, the outside track wall situated on the last corner of the lap ended the race of 3 Formula One world champions, Damon Hill, Michael Schumacher and Jacques Villeneuve. Since then, the wall has come to be known to fans around the world as the infamous Wall of Champions.
Turns 13 and 14 are definitely the most demanding corners on the track. A quick chicane section, entering at over 180 miles per hour, drivers use plenty of curb and get very close to the wall. But hitting those curbs at the wrong angle can easily put the car offline. You'll see a lot of drivers bail out of committing into turn 13, using the escape road to avoid contact with the wall.
So here we go, it's race day, it's the Canadian Grand Prix. Let's have a look at the race strategy. So we're going to be starting on the options, pit stopping around lap 8 or 9, and it's an 18 lap race. And here we go. So starting in P4 with Valtteri Bottas just ahead of us in P3. We've got Sebastian Vettel behind us. Hopefully get a better start than we have in the past. Here we go, not a good start again, but we don't get that bias spin as we go down into turn 1 now. Can we make any positions? We're just too far behind Valtteri Bottas, but Sebastian Vettel tries to have a go around the outside, but we get the inside line on him. He's still there on our outside, but I think we've cemented that position now as we go into turn 3. As we nearly clip the wall on the outside. Valtteri Bottas has got away. He's up there with the leaders at the moment. We'll be hoping to catch him up as we do. Brake late, but maybe brake too late. Get too much curb, lose the back end, and nearly lose the position to Sebastian Vettel as he's right on our tail now. Actually, sorry, Daniil Ricciardo right on our tail now, sorry. As we go down into this next chicane. Daniil Ricciardo's still on our tail, trying to find a way through. He won't there. With another big tank slapper hitting us. Going down towards the hairpin. As we now got Daniil Ricciardo right behind us. As we go wide, Daniil Ricciardo looks for the move up the inside. He's made that stick, but we have the rundown on him. We're getting the slipstream. He's got the move stuck now, but can we get that slipstream on him? Can we catch him up? Yeah, there we go. You can just see in the mirrors, there we are, catch him up. As we're going for an overtake on the inside, can we make it stick? Take as much curb as possible on the right. Yes, we've made that move stick through the final chicane, keeping away from the Wall of Champions. And we will finish this first lap remaining where we started in P4. Going through the first couple of corners now. As we skip ahead to lap 2. Coming up to the hairpin where Daniil Ricciardo got us. Will someone be able to get us again into this corner? As we're going round the hairpin, as we look back onto Daniil Ricciardo again, will he have another go? Will he go around the outside or inside this time? Last time he went around the outside, and we managed to get the move off him. As he's going around the outside again, will we just be able to brake later than him? I think we will, as we're side by side. He's nowhere near as far enough around the outside to make the move stick. So we flick back to our screen. We're going up the inside, take as much curb as possible, and I think we just touched Daniil Ricciardo there. Yes, we do. He gets a very bad exit, which means he's going to be a trap for Sebastian Vettel to go around the inside of the next corner. With Felipe Massa on his inside, as Felipe Massa bails out of that, Sebastian Vettel will go for the move around the inside and now around the outside of this next corner. And Daniil Ricciardo just manages to get ahead through using the inside line as we skip ahead to the end of the next lap, lap 3. The hairpin again. Will someone be able to get a run on us again? Don't think so. Daniil Ricciardo, is he close enough to make a move on us? I don't think he is. Looking in the mirrors, I can't see him. No, it's Sebastian Vettel on Daniil Ricciardo this time. So here he goes. Will he be able to go up the inside or outside? Let's have a look as he's going for a move up the inside of the first chicane. Through the first part very nicely. Will he be able to get the drive? Yes, he does. He gets the drive on Daniel Ricciardo. They're side by side still, and Daniel Ricciardo just has to stop behind as Felipe Massa goes around the inside of the next corner. Here we go. Daniel Ricciardo's still there. He'll now get the inside of this next corner. Can Felipe Massa hold it? No, he can't. He's just going to slot behind as we look at the Ferraris going side by side now. I believe this, yes, Fernando Alonso going up the inside of Kimi Räikkönen. Can he make the move stick? He's now got the outside on this next part of the chicane. They're still side by side now. As they come up to this next tricky chicane, Fernando Alonso is going to have the outside. Will he be able to make the move stick? He's going to have the inside of this next corner. I think he has. Has he? Will he have enough drive? No, he won't. He's just going to have to slot behind and wait for another opportunity. As we look back to Nico Hülkenberg, who goes for a button, I believe that is, and he can't make the move stick either. And now we skip ahead to the end of lap 4, so 1 lap later, as we lock up. So we're taking their hairpin very slowly there, and we lose the back end again, so that's going to mean that Sebastian Vettel's going to get a better run on us. Here he goes. Down, now open in DRS, go into the outside of the track, where Daniel Ricciardo made the move on us earlier, but we managed to block him off. Can we get the dive bomb on him? Yes, we can. We're still side by side. Take as much curb as possible, trying to stay away from the wall of champions, and we've made that move stick. Now Sebastian Vettel is going to have Daniel Ricciardo hot on his heels. Here he goes. Daniel Ricciardo round the outside of the first corner. There he goes, round the outside. He's going to get the inside of this next corner. Can Sebastian Vettel get the drive off him though? No, he can't. He's just going to have to slot behind again. No, he's not. He's staying side by side as he's going to get the outside of this first part of the chicane, but the inside of the next. There he goes. Daniel Ricciardo gets ahead momentarily, but he's staying with him. He'll have the inside line for this next corner. Can he make the move stick? Here he goes. No. Yes, he's in the lead. Will he make the move stick? Yes, he has. Daniel Ricciardo's just going to have to slot behind him. As we have a look at a replay of earlier on that lap where the two Ferraris got past each other. So who is it? Is this Fernando Alonso? Yeah, Fernando Alonso trying to get past his teammate Kimi Räikkönen. Just following him in the slipstream, have DRS open now. Will he be able to go for the move? Yes, he's going around the outside of the first chicane. Will he make it stick? He's already made the move before he's even got to the chicane, so we can just take a normal line through there. And that's the move done for Fernando, moving above his teammate. As we skip ahead to the end of lap 5 now. So 1 lap later than that, we lock up again, go wide. Will that make us a victim to whoever's behind us? It's Vettel. I don't think so. I can't see him in the mirrors again. So who's this move going to be on? Let's have a look. It's Felipe Massa. Looks like he's going to make a move on Daniel Ricciardo, I believe this is. As Daniel Ricciardo gets DRS on Vettel, but Felipe Massa in the Williams has better straight line speed, better engine than the Red Bull. As he goes up the inside of the chicane, can he make the move stick, taking as much curb as possible, giving Daniel Ricciardo the room, but he's got better drive off that corner and should make the move stick. Now will the Ferrari of Fernando Alonso be able to get past Daniel Ricciardo? Oh, he nearly gets squeezed against the wall there. As he's going to take the inside of this next corner. Here he goes now round the outside of turn 2, and Daniel Ricciardo's going to get better drive off the corner, but again they go side by side. No, Fernando Alonso gets better drive than the Red Bull, and they're still side by side going through the chicane. This is great action that we've seen so far in the first couple of laps of this race, seeing cars go side by side, and Fernando Alonso looks like he's made the move stick. Yes, he has, but just look at the train of cars behind him. I could probably spot about 8 cars behind Fernando Alonso there as we skip ahead to the end of this lap. And Daniel Ricciardo going for the move again on Fernando Alonso as they go up the inside of the chicane, trying to stay away from the wall of champions, takes as much curb as possible, gets better drive out of the corner, and he'll make the move stick. But here we go, Kimi Räikkönen making a move on his teammate, won't make it stick because Fernando Alonso moves out in front of him. Jensen Button trying to go around the outside of Kimi Räikkönen, but he'll have the inside of turn 2. So far he's got the move, he is up above Kimi Räikkönen, but Kimi Räikkönen has better drive with that Ferrari powered engine. And he will go round the outside and then the inside of the chicane, and he's made the move stick. Jensen Button's just going to have to stay behind Kimi for now. As we cut ahead to the end of the next lap, and this is Fernando Alonso going for a move on Daniel Ricciardo. Much greater speed on the Red Bull, and will just make the move before the chicane has even started. Will Ricciardo make a move? No, he won't. As we look at the leaders now, this is Nico Rosberg following Lewis Hamilton on the same lap that Daniel Ricciardo got overtaken by Fernando Alonso, I believe. I believe this is lap 8 or 9. No, yes, this is lap 8. So here we go, Nico Rosberg coming up to the final hairpin before the long back straight. He's going to make a move up the inside. Can he make it stick on his teammate? Yes, he can. That puts him up to lead at the moment, but Hamilton is still there, side by side. As we look at him, there we go, side by side. Will Hamilton slot behind him and get DRS? No, because Nico Rosberg will get DRS because he was behind him in the DRS active detection zone. So here we go, can Hamilton make a move? No, he backs off because I believe they're going into the pits. Yes, they are, lap 8. Pit stop time. So let's have a look at us. Here we are. So yes, lap 8, we're coming in. And there's our race engineer telling us that Nico Rosberg is now in the lead. Valtteri Bottas doesn't pit, so he'll take the lead for the time being. So here we go, coming into the pits. We can just fly into this pit lane because the game doesn't make it so you have to brake, so you can just fly straight into that pit lane. Now what sort of time can we get? There's Lewis leaving because he came in at exactly the same time as his teammates. That's really going to compromise his race at the moment. So what sort of time are we going to get? It's a 2.6. That's a very good stop from the Toro Rosso boys. So where are we going to come out of the pits? At the moment we're P12. It doesn't look like there's anyone else coming down the pit straight. But obviously you miss out turn 1 as we lock up the brakes. But it doesn't hold us up too much. We lose the back end just a little there. So now we're running down to turn 3 and then 4. Up into P12 still. At the end of lap 9 we're going to come down the last hairpin and then down the last straight, see what positions we can get through the pit lane as the other drivers pit, sorry. So there's a yellow flag at the moment. I wonder who that's for. Gutierrez, oh no, Lewis Hamilton's ahead of us. He must have had a problem. Lewis Hamilton has obviously been involved in a crash. So there's Lewis Hamilton going in the pits. He's going to have to make a second pit stop in this race. So that puts us up into should be P3 as all the people reshuffle. Yes, we've got 2 drivers, I believe that is, Magnussen and I think it's Button ahead of him. That hasn't pit yet, so we should be in P3 after Lewis Hamilton had a problem. Will we have a look and see what happened to Lewis? Yes, here we go, Lewis Hamilton, after his pit stop, see he's on the prime tyres, the yellow wall tyres. He's right behind Kevin Magnussen, I believe that is. Down the long straight, Kevin Magnussen gets away, and there he's just got a puncture on fresh tyres. He just had a blowout. I don't know what Pirelli are going to have to say about that, but he just had a tyre blowout on the long straight on the completely fresh tyres, unless these are tyres that he used in practice and absolutely wore down to the edge of the tread as he comes into the pits, and that's going to absolutely ruin his race. So we go back to us on the end of lap 10, and we're going to see who comes into the pits now. We've got 2 drivers into the pits, so that should put us up into P3. So it looks like it's Kevin Magnussen, and who's the other driver? Yes, so it's Jenson Button who also comes into the pits. So that puts us up into P3 for now. We would love to hold this position, get 2 podiums in a row. That would be absolutely fantastic. The start of lap 11 at the moment. So we cut ahead to lap 14. We're still in P3. We've got Massa behind us, but he's quite a distance behind us at the moment. Going through to end sector 2 at the moment. Going through the right, then the left. As we just get the power down a bit too much, lose the back end, and we smash into the wall, and we lose our front wing. That's an absolute disaster. Really rush, get back to the pits now. This is going to absolutely ruin our race, put us back down to where Lewis Hamilton was, as we're going really slowly around the hairpin just because we have absolutely no downforce at the moment. But luckily we just have one long straight to get back to the pits now, so we can just absolutely fly down this pits, fly into the pit lane. Obviously going to be fitting options on our next stop. We've got 4 laps left and we're just going to absolutely hammer those tyres to try and get the best lap time that we possibly can and make up as much positions as we can. So we're coming through the pit lane for a second stop, which we don't really want, but we have to do it because of that incident earlier. Massa goes past and so does Vettel. And we've got a big train coming through now. Let's look at the pit stop. We need a fast one. Obviously it's not going to be because the front wing's coming off, as we're down to P9 at the moment after that big train comes through. P10. Looks like we're going to be down to P13. Can we get out in front of Perez and Gutierrez? No, Perez and Gutierrez go past, but obviously we miss out turn 1, but they're just too far ahead. So we're going to fill out just behind Gutierrez. So we're going to have 3 laps, I believe. Yeah, 3 laps to absolutely hammer these in and catch up the rest of the drivers, see what sort of points we can get in this race. Gutierrez ahead of us now. We're going to try and catch him up as we cut ahead to the end of this lap 15. We're right behind Gutierrez now, and just with the pace of the new tyres, we're going to go round the outside, give him a little nudge. Come on, hurry up, Gutierrez, as we go up the inside of him into the hairpin, make the move stick, lock up the tyres just a little bit, but that's not going to hurt us too much. So we're right behind Sergio Perez now, follow him on the long straight. We're going to be on the faster tyres, we're running in rich mix. We've got DRS open, we're going to be catching him up all the way through. We're going to be later on the brakes. Yep, there we go, a lot later on the brakes. Take as much curb as possible. Right behind him now. We're going to open the DRS. This should be an easy move. Are we going to go to the inside or the outside? We go to the outside of turn 1. Round the outside of Sergio Perez and round the inside of turn 2. So we've made that move stick. Now we've got to catch up to Raikkonen and the other 2 cars in front of him. So we've got Raikkonen, then our teammates John Verne and Magnussen's. We're right behind him on the hairpin of the end of lap 16. Apparently the car behind is going to attack us, but he's far too behind to attack us now. As we got the DRS open on Kimi Raikkonen, we're just too far back to make a move at the moment. But can we make a late braking into the first part of the chicane? Yes, we can. Take as much curb as possible again as we hit the wall of champions. Luckily, don't have any damage there. Otherwise, our race would be completely over and there'd be no chance of getting points then. As we go up the inside of Kimi Raikkonen now, can we get around the outside of Jean-Eric Verne? No, because we still got Kimi Raikkonen on our inside. We've got to make that move stick. He's still there. He'll have the inside of the next corner. We're going to give him as much room as possible. No, we don't. We just shut the door and say goodbye, Kimi. So here we go now, round. Following Jean-Eric Verne. Can we make a move on him anytime soon? Lap 17 now. We've got 2 laps left to get into the points, which will be overtaking Magnussen ahead of Jean-Eric Verne. As we're ending sector 2 now, we're right behind Jean-Eric Verne now. Can we make a move before this hairpin? And we're right behind him. Will we go left? Yes, we go into the inside. No, we cut across to the inside of the hairpin, make the dummy move. And will we be able to go up the No, we don't. We lock up the brakes and just stay out that one. Don't want to lose our front wing. We've still got another lap to get past him, so we'll just be patient. Hulkenberg ahead of him, just looks like he's too far up the road. We've got DRS on Magnussen. I think we're just too far back to even make a move into this next corner. There we go, a lot later in the brakes like we did on Sergio Perez. We're going to get DRS open. This should be a fairly easy move again. Will we go around the outside like we did on Sergio Perez? No, we're going up the inside this time. And we'll make that move stick. There's Nico Hulkenberg. Can we get him in the last lap? Can we get Nico Hulkenberg? Here we go, cutting to the end of the lap. We're right behind him now, but I think we're just too much. Unless we can make an absolute amazing move as we touch the wall on the outside there. Luckily, no damage again. Nico Rosberg wins this Canadian Grand Prix, but we're fighting for 9th at the moment. Can we get it? Can we get 9th position? Can we overtake Hulkenberg? I think we're just too far behind. We'll go for a move. We go really late on the brake, take as much curb as possible, luckily get through that corner, absolutely brave on the brakes there, but we're not going to get P9, we're just too far behind as we finish in P10 of what was an absolute disaster towards the end of that race.
Mercedes came out on top today, with Nico Rosberg bringing home the car in first place to add another 25 points to his championship total.
It was a fantastic performance and one that they should be very proud of. Every part of the team pulled together to achieve today's result.
After all this drama, you'd be mad not to join us for the next race. We hope to see you then. Take care.
So there we go. Nico Rosberg wins the race with Valtteri Bottas coming in second. Lewis Hamilton went down in 5th. So that's a lot of points gained by Nico Rosberg after Lewis Hamilton had a very strange tyre blowout. We came in P10 after that recovery race down from I think P15 or 14. And our teammate was down in P13 after getting overtaken by Kimi Raikkonen on the last lap. Let's have a look at where that puts us in the drivers' table at the moment. So there we go, drivers table, we are in P10, we've moved down below Fernando Alonso as he finished higher than us, but we're only 3 points behind him. We're 92 points off Nico Rosberg, who has overtaken Lewis Hamilton in the Drivers' Championship. Lewis Hamilton is only 2 points behind Nico Rosberg, so it's going to be battle hopefully right to the death between those two. Let's have a look at where that puts us in the Constructors at the moment. So there's the Constructors' standings. My 32 points and John O'Byrne's 16 points puts us on 48, 6th place in the Constructors' standings, behind McLaren and Mercedes by 4 points. That's who we'll be trying to catch up in the next couple of races. So that will do it for today's race and today's episode. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed. If you have, hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe for more content in the future. I've also got FIFA content coming out soon, with FIFA 16 coming out in the next couple of days. And I hope you have a nice day. Goodbye.